All right, guys, weekly auction number 201 on Fanatics ended last night, November 23rd. We're going to look at the top 48 selling basketball cards like we always do. We're going to start at the bottom with a very rare, very important Michael Jordan Wizards card, and we're going to work our way all the way up to the top two. I'm not going to tell you who. You're going to have to watch the video to see who, but it is definitely not a player that you had on your bingo card. This is a player who is as out of sight, out of mind. And it's an active player. He's as out of sight, out of mind as you could possibly imagine right now. And he had a card last night sell for $50,000, which was thousands and thousands of dollars more than the same exact card just sold for a few weeks ago on a different platform. Interesting results, interesting auction. The one thing I will say, for those of you that love patch autos, man, the things are running. I don't know if they should be. I don't know if they're up too much, too fast, in too short a time period, but patch autographs are doing crazy things, and I think you're going to see maybe 7 of them in the top 10 highest sold cards on last night's Fanatics weekly auction. Don't forget, this video comes out every single Monday morning. If you're new to the Cajun Cardboard channel, you're always going to get these Fanatics weekly breakdown videos where we look at the top selling basketball cards from the night before. You will also get a Michael Jordan record collection video where if you're a Jordan collector, you don't want to miss these. It's every Tuesday where we look at the blue collar Jordan stuff, the Jordan cards under $2,000 that broke all-time records from these Fanatics weekly auctions. So that's your Monday and Tuesday on the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, at least for the time being. I don't plan on that changing anytime soon. If you haven't yet, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and for sure, please use the comments section because I whip through these things. I spend about 15 minutes preparing for this. We're going to look up a lot of results in Card Ladder. I don't have time to delve into the minute details, the minutia of each and every one of these fantastic cards we're about to look at. That's where you guys come in. That's where the Cajun Collective kicks in and does all of the heavy lifting, all of the dirty work in the comments section. You guys are keeping me on track. I'm learning every time I read one of your comments, and I read every single comment that every single person posts on every single video. Yes, I'm still at that stage where I'm a baby in the content creation world, so I can continue to do that. Enjoy this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this gets your week off, this Thanksgiving week, off to a great start. We're all going to get a little bit fatter this week. I think I can say that quite safely. We're all going to get a little bit fatter this week. Enjoy the video. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code CAJUN, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. All right, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. We're not wasting any time. Remember, we're looking at cards that are on Fanatics weekly auctions. If you guys want to submit your cards to the Fanatics weekly auction and try to ring this damn cowbell, this bell right here, you want to try to ring that bell and break an all-time record and sell a card for the most it's ever sold for. I've been doing it quite a bit lately, honestly, with some of my Jordan stuff that I'm moving. You know, I'm in a consolidation process. Use the promo code CAJUN when you submit your cards. Thank you in advance for everybody who's done it in the past. I'm getting messages all the time. It's the promo code CAJUN when you create a submission to Fanatics Collect. Whether you're going to vault it, whether you're going to sell it in the weekly, whether you're going to put it on the buy now marketplace, which is a great feature that I don't talk enough about. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in the future. You just need to type in the promo code CAJUN. You can hit it one time and it applies to 500 cards if you're sending in 500 cards. And so it's not a lot of work. It's not a lot of effort. It costs you nothing, but it lets the folks at Fanatics know that I am doing my job down here in South Louisiana. All right, bills paid. Let's get cranking. Card number 48 on the list. I said it. It was a Michael Jordan Wizards card. There's about to be a little bit more talk on the Cajun Cardboard channel about some of these Michael Jordan Wizards cards. Remember, Jordan only has 2 years of playing years cards for the Wizards, right? 2001, 2002. That's it. Everything else is not a playing years Wizards card. 2 years, a very digestible quantity. 2001 EX credentials. This is serial number to only 33. Really tough card to grade from what I can see. This BGS 6 does $8,400. It's a BGS Pop 1 with 4 higher. We will look up the 94 finest refractor. This one looks really good. You know, normally you're looking for the greening on these things. Coating or no coating, it can green either way. I don't care what anybody says. The coating doesn't stop it from greening. Taking it off doesn't cause it to green. It's just, it can be either way. Clear coating, Clear, no coating, green, no coating. This one does 8,700, 54 bids on this card, and it is a PSA old label, finest refractor, second year refractor, PSA 10. I've got it pulled up in Card Ladder, and like so many other Jordan cards like this, where it's not the lowest pop card out there, it's a pop 146, just with the coating, right? That's not including all the PSA 10s without the coating. Just with the coating, PSA 10 is down 25%. So we're starting to see a little bit of a reckoning. I told you guys this was going to happen. Look how many cards have sold really just this month. And I'm going to include October 30th because it's almost this month. In 25 days, we'll say it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that? 4% of the whole world's population has sold of this card in this grade just in this 25-day period. That's people that are at the top. That's the investor types, and not necessarily flippers, but like folks like me who may think, wow, this card's really run a lot. Let's just kind of sell at the peak. Maybe we'll buy back in later. Maybe we'll use our money on other Michael Jordan cards, right? Maybe we'll look for cards that have not peaked, right? If you look at the all-time chart, obviously some lunatic is into this card for $26,000. Let's assume that's fake. Somebody's definitely into it for somewhere near $10,000 though, for sure. Now you're looking at a card that's worth about $8,700. So you're looking at a historically high. We talk about the smile graph, and that's what you saw in the all-time. But look what it's done over the last 2 years. Even with this most recent massive downturn, this thing was pretty consistently over $12,000 right here, guys. It hit $14,000 this year. Now it's all the way back down here to 8,700. I mean, guys, over the last 6 months, we're looking at a card that's down 25%. Over the last year, it's still up 38%. But again, remember, this thing peaked at 13.8. Now we're at 8.7. That's a serious freaking pullback right there. That is a serious pullback. I didn't do quick math, but 35, 40% maybe. I don't know, something like that in a really, really short time period. This is what happens when cards flood the market. This card's flooding the market. Letterman Chronology does 8,700, serial number to 40. Kobe Bryant Downtown, early downtown from 2016 studio, BGS 9 does 8,700. John Morant, I don't even like talking about the guy. He's a real pain in the ass. He's running his mouth the other day. He's not even playing. First of all, when he plays, he sucks. Now he's running his mouth. He's not playing. He's in street clothes. He's talking trash to Klay Thompson, who's a top 5 shooter that ever lived, telling Klay Thompson that some kid named Cam Spencer on the Grizzlies is the best shooter in the building. This guy can't get out of his own way. Every single thing he does or says is the wrong thing, and I chalk it up to just, I don't know, just serious immaturity, whether it's the cats that he's got around him or his dad or mom or whoever, I don't know, but dude's not real well behaved, not real liked. And the funny thing is, he came into the league, he hit the league like, you know, a big Mike Tyson right hook to the face. He was unbelievable. He was exhilarating. He was exciting. He played hard as hell. And now he's just not a fraction of the player that he used to be. My suspicion is that 2009 draft class at the top, which was supposed to be the greatest since sliced bread, Zion and Ja, it's not going to end well for either one of those guys. Really sad to see. This is his Stars and Stripes serial number to 30 rookie PSA 9. It does $8,700. If you're a Ja believer, if you think there is a Ja reclamation project coming in a scorched earth comeback season anywhere in this guy's near future, let me know. Somebody mentioned the other day an interesting trade might be LaMelo Ball for Ja Morant. Which team says no? I don't know the answer to that question, but I think both those guys could use a change of address, and maybe it would spark a newfound interest. Both of them need a little bit of a injection of the maturity medicine. Kobe Bryant gold records from Opulence. Now, Opulence is a product didn't really hit and stay very long. The next, I think it kind of came after Gold Standard. I think Gold Standard sort of led the way to Opulence, and you know, it just didn't catch for whatever reason. But this is serial number 10 autograph, does $9,000. Seems like a lot of money. Jordan Upper Deck Reflection Signature, serial number 25, PSA 9, red parallel, does $9,000. Kobe Bryant 03 SP Authentic Signatures. This is a really good looking set. I wonder how many are in the set. This will be a great looking and attainable autograph set to put together. This is a PSA 10. It does $9,300. And let the patch auto insanity begin. Here we go. Completely random 2003 flawless vertical gold Luka Doncic patch autograph does $9,300. Random 2024 Flawless Horizontal Gold Shai Gilgeous-Alexander patch auto does $9,300. And then we go way back in the time machine to the first standalone Magic Johnson licensed card. Remember, his rookie card was the 1980. There's a couple of variations. The scoring leaders with Doc and Bird is recognized as the true rookie card, but there's other Magic Johnson rookie cards from 1980 Topps as well, but each one of those he shares with another player. This is his first base solo card. This is the impossible to grade, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Magic Johnson, card number 21 from 1981 Topps, and it's a great image of Magic doing his thing, scooping down the lane. Pop 83, is it a rare card? No, it's been graded 13,000 times, and the gem rate is 0.8%. Think about that. You throw 13,000 cards on a table. There's no table big enough, but let's say you throw 13,000 cards in a warehouse. 83 of those bad boys are coming out with the PSA 10. Who knows how many of those were graded back in the 90s when grading standards were significantly more lenient, especially recently. PSA's been kicking people right in the nuts lately. This card's up 29%, guys. Don't look now. Over the last year, up 29%. It's been 8 sales. About 10% of the world's population has sold in the last 1 year. So a good result there. That's the second consecutive sale of $9,300. But let's not forget, 2021 existed, and some Looney Tune paid $50,000 for this card. So I don't think there is going to be a happy ending to the owner of that card at $50,000. Hopefully he let go of it somewhere along the way down. Good looking card here. Upper Deck Premier Noteworthy, serial number to sexy 69. That can't be an accident. MJ BGS 8 does $9,600. I don't think I've ever seen this card. Let's look at that thing. Is that a patch up there? Upper Deck Premier. Is that a patch? Noteworthy. I can't tell if that black stuff. I don't think it's a patch. It looks like 2 boobs or 2 eyeballs. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what's going on here. What are we looking at? Memorable statistic. Jordan was named the most valuable player of the NBA Finals in all 6 of his trips to the championship series. Yep. You hear that, LeBron? All right, moving along. Jordan Electrifying. Here's another card. This card is going to be emblematic, typical of the Jordan cards that are not that rare in PSA 10 condition. These are cards, I want to be very clear. These are the cards that I fell in love with, and I'm still in love with. 90s inserts and parallels. You'll find them featured in the Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy. Poster still available. Details can be found in this description to purchase a poster. This is the 98 Flair Tradition electrifying, great looking card, raining gold in the background. PSA 10 does $9,600. This card is starting to flatten out, and we see this happen. We knew this was coming. Well, at least those of us that have been in the hobby for quite some time knew this was coming. Some people thought these cards were just going to continue to go up and up forever, and these are the exact cards that I love. It is way up, 77.76% over the last 2 years. Guys, that you could have got this card for $4,099, and now the card is selling for just shy of $10,000, but this is the first time it's come back below $10,000 in about 8-9 sales, right? And so you can see it up here starting to plateau and come down. If we look at it over the last 3 months, that's a lot of sales. 9 of the 97 have sold in the last 90 days. 10% of the population approximately has sold in the last 90 days. That's a lot. When that happens, we know what happens. Prices plateau and may even come back a little bit like this one. 8.5 true pack pulled rookie card does $9,600. Carolina autographed Jordan 1 of 1 does $9,900. A refractor LeBron 2005 finest gold serial number to an arbitrary 39 with fruity hands Gasol in the background. You see what I'm saying? What's going on back there, Pau Gasol? What's going on? Just, I don't know. Don't challenge. Don't go up with LeBron in those years. 56 bids, $9,900 for that LeBron. And this is a great looking card. And gold on gold's never a bad thing. It's doing really well. 3 consecutive upward sales, $57.95, $7,500, all the way up here to $9,900. So really, really doing well recently. There's only 13 of the 39 graded BGS 9.5. The card sold at one point for $20,000, so we're starting to make a little bit of a smile. It's more of a smirk right now. Patch Auto LeBron from Upper Deck Trilogy, serial number to 25, does $9,900. The Jordan 98 Upper Deck Game Jersey Patch GJ20 BGS 9 does $10,200. Dual autograph Kobe and Dwayne Wade. You don't see very many Kobe Wade dual autographs or dual patch cards. This is an interesting pairing here, and you really don't think about them together. Anytime you think of Kobe, you think of, people trying to put him in the Jordan conversation. Again, one of the greatest shooting guards, well, I guess the second greatest shooting guard of all time would be Kobe Bryant. Dwayne Wade is top 5. He is a top 5 shooting guard of all time. Like it or not, he is. And now we're all screwed up because we don't know if people are shooting guards or point guards. Like, we don't have any idea what these dudes are. Like, what is Luka Doncic? What is James Harden? What is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? What is Steph Curry, for God's sakes? You can argue all day long that they're point guards, but are they? I don't know. Would they have been then? I don't know. So it's getting harder to go, measure by. You guys watch my channel. You know I use Card Ladder for all of my sales and my pricing and to get comps for all the cards that I'm buying, selling, and collecting. I've got great news for you. Now, if you subscribe to Card Ladder at cardladder.com and you use the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, at checkout, you're going to get your first month of subscription free. That's a $20 value, courtesy of yours truly, Cajun Cardboard. Specific positions like point, shooting guard, small forward, power forward. It's just getting really, especially power forward, it's almost invisible. Like your wings or your bigs, and point guards can be either, right? Anthony Edwards is playing point guard right now. Doncic is clearly a point guard right now. Who the hell knows what's going on? Speaking of Doncic, here's a good looking card. I really like the look of this one. This is from that vaunted 2024 Flawless product. It's a one-of-one autograph, Luka Doncic. No patch, just the autograph in his all-star uniform, but I think it's a great looking card. 33 biz, shout out to Scotty. $10,500 for this Luka Doncic. And then a That's Jam, believe it or not, that's an all-time record for a That's Jam Kobe Bryant. Really good looking card of one of the greatest that we've just recently mentioned. He was one of the greatest shooting guards of all time, the second greatest to be more precise. Probably. Maybe old people are pissed about Jerry West not being included in the conversation, but I think Kobe can safely say he's the second greatest shooting guard ever. $10,500. That's it, guys. I've got this sorted by price. You're looking at it. Pop 32. Shout out to the Magic Man. $10,500 is the all-time record. The highest price before this was also in this year. Just 14 days ago, it sold for $9,900. Let's make sure it's not the same one. No, it's a different cert number. So 2 different Kobe Bryant That's Jam PSA 10s of the 32. Both the most recent 2 sales are the most recent 2 all-time records. So Kobe cards still seem to be surging. Interesting. An 84 star Michael Jordan PSA 6, card number 288. This is one of 3 Michael Jordan cards from the 1984 star set, the base set. This card is a $10,500 sale last night. We're starting to see one of those Cajun clusters. This is a card that's done gangbusters over the last 1 year, up 100%, basically 2x. And now we've gotten to a point where it's just going to chill and stall a little bit because it should not be going up that much because it's not rare. It's 139 pop in PSA 6. There's 1,000 of them graded. Of course, there's not even any 9s, let alone 10s. So PSA 6 is pretty much the blue collar grade here. You got to get really fancy here if you want to pick up a 6.5, a 7, a 7.5, or an 8. I mean, you're talking about really, really big numbers there. PSA 6 is probably the go-to grade, about as good as you're going to get for a reasonable price. This is about a $10,000 card. We'll see if it stays above the $10,000 or comes back down. Hottest player in the NBA right now, at least one of them, Tyrese Maxey. I think he is, if he's not leading the league in scoring, he is very much so in the conversation with Doncic and a couple of others. Had a 54 burger the other day, I believe. This is a black gold. If people love it, do they love it? Do they not? Do they like it more than gold? Do they not? I don't know. $10,800 for this rookie black gold Tyrese Maxey does not seem like a lot of money. And I am warning you guys right now, he is, book it right now. This dude plays every game he can. He's making an all-NBA team. Now, whether he can sneak onto the second team or not with Anthony Edwards, I don't know. First team is over. That's SGA and Doncic as long as they play the games. You got Steph Curry, you got Anthony Edwards, you got Tyrese Maxey. You got a lot of guys that want that, and I've left out some names, obviously. A lot of guys that want that all-NBA spot. Star Swatch from 2023, Flawless number to 25. Doncic does 11.1. Wilt Chamberlain 9OC does 11,700. Shock Face Steph Curry autograph 1-in-1 timeless serial number to 49 does $12,000. That just seems like too much money. There's 49 of them. It's from 2023. That just seems like a lot of money, man. That seems like a lot of money for that card. What am I missing? 86 Fleer Larry Bird PSA 10. Speaking of rare, speaking of miserable to try to gem, this Bird sticker I know from firsthand experience as a former owner of this card. It has been significantly more valuable than this in the past. It's a pop 42. Shout out to Vin Baker in PSA 10. Look at that gem rate, 0.64%. Also not rare, 8,637 graded, but it's doing things. And this is in the recent 1 year. This card's up 50%, so don't look now, but 86 Fleer is having a moment. Over the last 2 years, guys, it's up 77%. Now, if we go back to 2021, you're going to see some craziness, right? We remember that I was in the middle of all of this. Just missed it. This is a 20,000 plus card, and now it's working its way back at 13,800. That is a really, really good, really big sale right there for that Bird sticker right there. Kobe Bryant patch auto does 13.8. Championship tag, Kevin Durant for the Warriors from 2017. This is a serial numbered 1 out of 2. These championship tags are making a name for themselves. People are starting to like them as a, I don't want to say a poor man's logo, man, because some of these things are selling for pretty big numbers. This one included 13,800. 2006 Essential Credentials Future. We saw the Essential Credentials Jordan Wizards card, serial number 33. This one's serial number 77, and it goes for more. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The credentials that we looked at, serial number 33, of course, it's different grades, but the Essentials credentials that we looked at was, I think it was a BGS 6 also. So that definitely cuts against value. But 33 to 77, and then we've got actual playing years, even though he's in a Wizards. It's really hard to kind of compare these two things. But 14,400 is a lot of money for this. It's a pop 7. It is a retro. It is not obviously the original Essential Credentials Future. But 14.4. That's an all-time record, people. You're looking at a card that in 2024, not long ago at all, was a $4,800 card. Now it's $14,400. It's a really big jump right there for that card. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think this is Kobe Bryant's first Kaboom, PSA 9. I said that the Kabooms were going to hit a peak and then start to settle. Not because they're silly cartoons. They are, but that's not why. Because prices went up too much, too fast, and there's more of them than people would admit to. This Kobe's a pop 37, and it has come back a little bit, although it is still up 120% over the last year, which is crazy. This card last sold for $16,800 in a PSA 9. It is down to $15,600. We'll see where the next one goes. We need a little bit more of a sample size before we can conclude what's going on with Kabooms. Wilt Incredible BGS 9.5 is not as rare as you would think. 15.6 on that one. Fuchsia Triple, it's Durant, it's Klay Thompson, it's Steph Curry. Oh, I'm sorry, they left out Draymond Green. Maybe they only wanted to include good basketball players in this card. Serial number to 5. This Fuchsia stuff is very popular. 16,200 for this pop 1, none graded higher with a bunch of decapitated logo men. Jordan autograph from 2003 SB Signature Edition. BGS 9 does 16.8. LeBron James Exquisite Collection, serial number 23, autograph BGS 9 does 18.6. Let's check on the next Kaboom. Maybe Kabooms are trying to tell us a story. When someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. Kabooms are telling us we went a little bit too hot. People got a little too big for their britches, as my grandmother would say. Rest in peace to my phenomenal grandmother. She used to always tell me that you're too big for your britches, and I was no jokes there. There's a lot of jokes you could make there, but yes, oftentimes I was a little bit over my skis, as they say. 2023 Crown Royale Kaboom PSA 8 Victor Wembanyama does 19,200. Good, bad, normal, up, down. What are we doing? Date sold. The last one sold for 25,000. This one sells for 19,000. So that's a humongous drop, but this gets a little weirder if you go back further. This is just this year, and it's sorted by date. Stay with me here. I would be very cautious on this card. Very, very cautious on this card. First of all, there's a lot of them. It's been graded 139 times, guys. There is a lot of these cards. A lot of these cards. They are very difficult to grade, very condition sensitive, but 139 have already been graded. That's a lot. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. You can try to tell me that that's low pop. That's not low pop. You can tell me it's a case hit. I don't care. That's not low pop. 67, 67, 76, 72, 9,500, 5,000. You could have picked this thing up in a PSA 9. That's a different card. That's a different card. Throw that one out. That's EuroLeague. God, I don't even know what that is. That's gross. What is that? Oh, God, that's ugly. Sorry. Throw the EuroLeague thing out of there. 8,200, 9,900, $25,000 someone spent on this card less than 1 month ago. How does it go from 9,900 to 25,000 on eBay? I'm throwing this out. And unfortunately, I think someone fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Whoever won this last night on Fanatics Weekly Auction, I'm just going to go ahead and say, this ain't real. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way someone saw a $9,900 sale on September 4th and then paid $25,000 a month later. That doesn't make any sense. No, even the dumbest, even the most naive, unsophisticated, uneducated novice in the hobby is not going to jump from 9.9, which was almost double the sale before that. Well, it was $1,700 more than the sale before that. This doesn't make sense. 8.2, 9.9, 25, and then somebody fell for the banana in the tailpipe and is, shouting from the rooftops, I got this thing for $6,000 under comp. No, you didn't. You paid double what the card should be worth, maybe quadruple. I don't know. We'll see where it goes from here. I think that's not good. That's not going to turn out well. This, however, is an 81 Bird Topps. We saw the 81 Magic sell earlier. Bird, same exact story. Everything I said about the Magic card applies to the Bird card, except he's got a beautiful blonde feathered butt cut right squared down the middle. And we'll look it up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is, right there. I told you it was delicious. Pop 70. What is the gem rate on this one? 0.54%. So we thought Magic was tough. How about 0.54%? That is nuts. That means 1 out of every 200 grades gem. Good luck with that. Look at how wild this is. Wild stuff here. I don't know what's going on. Can't make any sense out of that. Tread carefully. Jordan Exquisite Patch Auto. Is it Patch Auto? Yes, it's an autograph on top of the patch. This is the scripted swatches. Serial number to 25. It is just CGC authenticated. Probably needs to go to some grading company somewhere. $20,400. Great looking card. Luka Doncic. An actual rookie flawless. Now this I can get with. A rookie flawless patch auto. Luka Doncic. Serial number to 15. BGS 9. Does $21,000. And this is where we start talking about the silliness again. If you thought Kabooms were silly, you're really going to think that mangas are silly. I don't know who's buying these cards. I don't know who could look at this card and think this is something I got to get with. But 41 bids, shout out to Dirk Nowitzki, $23,400 someone chose to pay for that card right there. Let's look that up and let people learn the lesson for themselves. They're going to learn the lesson for themselves. Here is the last two sales, $35,000, $23,000. So $12,000 less than the card sold for 2 days earlier. Again, what's real, what's fake? Guys, we got to be really careful, especially on new ultra modern stuff like this. I mean, how does a card go from 11 to, no, that's not it, 22 to 17 to 35 to 23? I don't even know what to make of it. I don't even want to talk about it. I just know this. Those are stupid. They look stupid. That's just my opinion. These are so dumb. We're about to see an even dumber looking one with Victor Wembanyama. They make a mockery of sports cards. I just don't like them. Ultra Stars Gold, 1 in 28,800 pack odds. This one I do like. This is a gold embossed Kobe Bryant Ultra Stars Gold. Sold for $24,600. This is a Pop 14 Tier 1 type Kobe Bryant card. There's a Kobe Bryant hierarchy project floating around out there. I gotta believe this. I'm super excited to announce that the Cajun Cardboard brand has added another affiliate partner. It's BCW Supplies. You can find them at bcwsupplies.com for all of your card collecting, protecting, and display needs. Penny sleeves, top loaders, boxes, anything you need. There's page after page of supplies at BCW. Just make sure at checkout you use the promo code Cajun, CAJUN, to get 10% off of your order. Card shows up somewhere in that hierarchy. Is this a good sale or a bad sale? Guys, shocker, it's down, and it's down a lot. And this was a card that was on the move. This card went from 18 all the way to 31 about a month ago, and here we are a month later, 24. 31 to 24 that's a noticeable drop right there, especially when you're talking about a card as beautiful as that. Gold on gold is never bad. This is one of those cards where BGS 9.5 just looks so damn good, so much better than a PSA 9. In this situation because it's gold on gold. Jordan patch auto from 06 Ultimate Collection. It's jersey number, fellas. Jersey number 23 out of 75. It does $25,800. A green retro Kobe PMG 5 does $26,400. And here's the other dumb manga, say it whatever you want. 44 bids. Shout out to Wade Sims. $30,000 for this Victor Wembanyama. He is in an alien spaceship with sunglasses on from like the 50s, sipping on a tea or something like that. You got some Asian script down here. What are we doing? What are we doing in the sports card market? This card sold for 30,000 American dollars. $30,000. Do I need to remind you that this Kobe Bryant Ultra Stars Gold just sold for $5,400 less than this silliness right here? People will learn. They are going to learn their lesson. This is going to be a harsh ass lesson that these people are going to learn. Here's the last 4 sales of this card. 37, 34, 34, 30. Notice the trend? I do, and it's only going to get worse. Significantly worse. Already 30 graded. 26 of the 30 have graded PSA 10. So at least we got one thing going for us. Prism Black's quality control was top notch. Kobe Bryant, 1 of 1 white superfractor sells for the same as the silly manga thing. This 1 of 1 PSA 6 does $30,600. Believe it or not, as grail as this card seems, this card sold 4 times in history. That really surprised me. 4 times since 2021. It came out of the woodwork in 2021. It sold for $46,800. Then a year later, it sold for $17,000. That's a pretty significant drop. Jumped up a little bit earlier this year for $21,000. Now here we are, almost $9,000 more in the same year on Fanatics Weekly when this card sold last night on Weekly Auction 201 for $30,600. Interesting. Top 3, I told you patch autos were going to run the day, and they continue to do that. We've got a Luka Doncic rookie horizontal gold. Now, this is a flawless patch auto that really matters. This is a rookie year. I know it's horizontal and everybody wants the vertical, but it's a BGS 910. It's got a bunch of different breaks, 3 different colors in the patch itself. It is a pop 3, only 1 graded higher, and it does $38,400. And then inexplicably, right next to it, inexplicably, a 7th year Luka Doncic flawless star swatch blue serial number to 3 sells for $43,200. And then the big winner is going to be our 2017 Flawless Tatum Star Swatch Gold 1010. This card tells a story. This is why they pay me the small bucks. We're going to go look at it together. This is a Pop 2. It is a cert number 5673. Okay, it ends in 5673. Let's go pull it up and let's go figure out what's going on with this card. There's your card right there. There it is. And guess what? That's the highest price ever paid for this card. But what's going on here? The card last sold on Alt on August 21st of this year. That is, 64 days ago, 62 days ago. This card sold for $34,800. Jason Tatum is injured. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. I know he's recovering and he's doing crazy things. It looks like he might even try to sneak back on the court this year, but the Celtics are not doing jack squat. I don't care. You could be the most optimistic Celtics fan in the world. They ain't doing anything this year. Even with Tatum back, he's going to be on a minutes restriction. There's just no way they're doing anything this year. There's no way. I don't believe it. $34,800. This card from 2023, when most cards of ultramodern players not named SGA or Jokic are going down, this card went 15-3, 34-8, 57-6. It's the same card too, by the way. Exact same card that was purchased on Alt 60 days ago. I would keep an eye on this one right here. Let's make sure this one gets paid. Let's see if we can figure out. Maybe you guys know something I don't know. Why would someone pay $23,000, $22,800 more for a Jason Tatum card 62 days later when Jason Tatum is not even on the NBA landscape right now? He is not on the radar. I don't think he should come back this year. I think he should take the whole deal off, the whole deal, right? Let's come back. Let's make it an 18-month deal, maybe a 15-month deal, right? Because I think he did it in the playoffs. Let's say it's a 15-month deal. Just chill out, come back 100%. Let's get the old Jason Tatum back. Hell, the Celtics may even get a high draft pick if they would just stop winning games and being mediocre. If they could just be bad instead of mediocre, but Joe Mazzulla is going to get in the way and make sure they're mediocre. This is a draft where you would do very well if you had a top 5 draft pick. But this Tatum card wins it, man. It's a star swatch, signatures, patch, autograph, and some questionable decision-making if it did sell for $57,600. And this is just, in my opinion, just looking at numbers. And again, I don't know anything. Maybe something did happen. Maybe something happened with Jason Tatum while he's rehabbing at the PT clinic. I don't know, but $3,000 leap in price here, unless maybe somebody just stole this. But the problem is this right here is double what somebody paid for it back in 2023 when Tatum was winning titles. And so just a bunch of strangeness going on. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if it gets paid. I hope it gets paid. Here's the deal. If you don't pay on Fanatics, it's, from what I understand, it's a one-strike deal. You're screwed. Like, you're done. Now, you can go do your thing and you're, nefarious and sundry, set up a different account or something like that. But my understanding is if you don't pay on Fanatics auction, we got problems. I have sold, let's cut over. I'm going to say I have sold 1,000 cards on Fanatics Weekly this year, safely. No. Let's say 750 cards on Fanatics Weekly Auction this year, safely around the 700 mark. I think I've had 5 cards not get paid, which is pretty damn good, especially if you're accustomed to eBay where 10% don't get paid or some other platforms. That's a pretty good, conversion rate, I guess we'll call it. And I think it comes from the harsh penalties if you don't pay for a card, especially a big boy card like this one. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think about these 3 cards. I mean, for me, on these 3 cards right here, I'm not saying I would, if it was $38,000, I don't know how I would choose between Tatum and Doncic. I think Doncic is a far superior player, but this is a 10-10, and it's probably a bigger Tatum card than this is a Doncic card. This would not even be remotely in the conversation. I don't understand that at all. This card I would probably pay more for than any of the cards in the top 6 or the top 10 for that matter. Maybe the Ultra Stars Gold, but I would go Kobe. And then white superfractor. To be honest with you, out of these top 10, those are the ones that I would go with first. Let me know what you would do in the comments. Let me know what you think about this auction. What do you think about patch autos getting so hot? Let me know what you think about Kabooms and Mangas and Downtowns and Color Blasts and all of the case hit stuff. Are they starting to see the top? Are we starting to see the top of those? Apparently, we're not seeing the top. We didn't see any imminence, okay? We didn't see any 2024 imminence. We didn't see any 2024 optic downtowns. Those have been very hot lately. We saw a couple of Kabooms. Both of them came back a little bit. And then we saw 2 Manga cards, which are both coming back pretty significantly. Let me know where we're headed with that stuff. Let me know where we're headed. Is it a holiday season thing? Remember, this is the Thanksgiving edition. We have a holiday this week where we're going to get fat. And then we got another holiday coming. The real holiday, the most important holiday coming on December 25th. Is this a time to just go into hibernation and not sell your cards? I don't know. I'm selling into it. I've got cards. I haven't looked at how mine did last night, but I had 31 cards ending last night on Fanatics Weekly Auction. All Jordans. 29 of them were PSA 10s. Like 28 of them were hierarchy cards. So I'm about to go export from, the cool thing is if you sell cards on Fanatics, you can export it to an Excel spreadsheet, put it right into your spreadsheet with your sales stuff for your taxes and all that. And it's really easy to look up in Card Ladder and see if they set all-time records. So I'm going to look at my stuff, see how I did. I'm selling into it regardless of the Thanksgiving holidays. We'll see how I did. I've got a couple more weeks of cards being sold on Fanatics Weekly. If you're interested in selling on Fanatics Weekly, you're free to message me. But don't forget, use the promo code Cajun when you submit your cards. You can't miss it. There's a promo section. You just type in Cajun, all capital letters, bing, a little green check mark comes up, and you know you've used the promo code, and it'll all be assigned under the Cajun umbrella. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. I do hope you have a great Thanksgiving week. Be careful. I know people like to imbibe a little bit this week in some alcoholic beverages, and there's a lot of traveling going on, whether by air or by car. Please be careful, man. We want all of you guys back next Monday when we do our Fanatics 202 weekly auction recap. Everybody be careful, have fun, enjoy time with your loved ones. Life is, as an old man, I can tell you, time becomes a lot more important than money at some point in your life. It's not an exact threshold that you cross, but I can promise you that will happen for all of us, some sooner than others. And so cherish the time you have with your loved ones this week. And I know it can get chaotic and frustrating being around people in your family. We're not ruder to anybody in the world than the people in our own immediate family, but try to relax and chill and spread the love and enjoy your Thanksgiving holidays. And let me know if you're buying any cards during Thanksgiving. I think the other way. I think people get on their phones on Thanksgiving after they've eaten their turkey and their dessert and whatever they eat. And they sit around on their phone and watch football, and they've got idle time, and they go bid on stuff. That's what I think, or at least I like to think that's what I do. Let me know what you guys do for Thanksgiving when it comes to the hobby. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.